Hey man, good. How are you, man? Good morning, man. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know. The birds are chirping away. It's a beautiful morning. Oh yeah, the 200 front score will be amazing. Hopefully, I don't know what sort of time frame. Oh man, maybe by middle of next year. Is that too far? I don't know. I used to take Viva for drives all the time, man. This was kind of like before the weightlifting days. That was kind of my hobby. That's all I really wanted to do. Is just how do I how can I see more comments? I wonder. I wonder if I can see more of you guys. Oh, the Brooklyn Nets look really good, man. Ben Simmons looks like an excellent player, man. We've missed him. My NBA team is Denver Nuggets, man. I love Jokic. I love how he plays. I love how the big man is kind of like the point guard. I love all that. Everyone's kind of involved when he's in the game. Clippers are looking amazing, but I never have faith in Kawhi, man. He's always injured. He's always fragile. That's the only thing with them. Yeah, I know. I feel like I need bigger screen so I can see, because right now I've got like 3 comments and it's like a rolling window, and by the time I read all of it, it's gone. Hey, how are you? Oh, thank you, Steven, man. Appreciate you. Pozdrav iz Novog Sada, brate. Kako je? Sve najbolje. Doncic, yeah, what a superstar. Doncic is amazing, man. I don't even know how he does it, man. Like he's like the antithesis of an NBA player. He's slow, he can't jump, yet he gets it done somehow. It's really weird. Appreciate you, Sahan. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, the live video yesterday was just like kind of out of the blue, man. I wanted to change it up a little bit, and it was going to be an easy day. Lucky it's going to be today. I mean, today was supposed to be a heavy deadlift rack pull day, but I've woken up this morning with a sore throat. Here we go again. It's the 3rd day of school back for my kid, and he's already picked something up. He's already sniffling, and I must have picked it up from him. I don't really know, man. It's freaking frustrating as anything. But so today is going to be another. Hey Andrew, how are you, man? Today's gonna be another light day. I'll do front squats today and just keep the blood moving, and that's it. Would I ever do a local powerlifting competition? Maybe someday, Justin, man. I don't know. I spoke about it yesterday. It's like everything that I do, it doesn't really fit in anything. Like no competition out there wants you to do ATG squats. No competition out there wants you to do a flat bench, flat back bench. I feel like I'm out of place. I'm kind of disadvantaging myself. I don't even wear a belt. But I guess it could be alright to go over there and just, have a go. It doesn't really matter what the results are. That would be kind of cool to do. Alright, let me warm up a little bit now. What's up, man? One of my favorite Olympic lifters, Klokov, man. Klokov is one of the first guys that I saw that really impressed the hell out of me. He looked jacked. He didn't look like a fat dude. He looked jacked, strong as hell. And that 250 front squat that I'll keep talking about, man, that was one of my first exposures in Olympic weightlifting. And I remember thinking to myself, man, what a beast of a human being do you need to be able to do that. Because of you, I started squatting every day. Oh, respect, man. Love your channel, man. Give me an extra inspiration. Appreciate you, Asayaki. What's up, brother? George, how you going, man? All right, let me go Going for a salt press. No, I haven't really done a lot of salt pressing at all. Like, I think I messed around with it before. Are we in the shop properly? Yeah, I think we are. Oh man. Oh, appreciate it, man. Cheers. Just getting the blood going at the moment. Nice. Yeah. Front squats are weird, man. Like, it's really strange how it feels, but it almost feels like it's more of a back exercise than it is a leg exercise, weirdly enough. I know a lot of people think it's all about, let me just get this down a little bit. A lot of people think it's like a quad exercise, quad dominant exercise, but for me, man, the limiting factor is always the back. You know, thoracic extension, keeping elbows up, that's where the real battle is. A lot of times I feel like the legs have enough power to push. So just then, the wrists kind of feel like I'm stretching them, but they don't hurt. It's only the first few sets that I kind of feel like I need to kind of stretch out a little bit. You know, but oh, it's a beautiful day, man. Like, I don't know how many degrees it is, maybe like 16 degrees, 15 degrees in the morning, sunny. This is what I love about training at home, man. Like, the birds are chirping in the background. Like, it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's just pure soul food. What's the main goal behind this? Oh, you're new here. Oh, squat every day. It's I don't know how to summarize it. It's become a lifestyle for me, man. I started off with a curious mind. Can I squat every day? I love squatting. I love training. I love playing video games, and I thought to myself, can I train every single day? And then I read some texts, and I thought I'd go for like 20, 30 days, and here I am, freaking 1,000+ days. 300 kilo, oh man, that would be sick, man. If I could get 300, I feel like out of all the lifts, 300 kilo deadlift is like the most attainable for me. I don't know why, like, it's really ironic how I care so much about the squat and the deadlift is just improving so quickly. I don't know, it's weird how that works. It's almost like the things that you don't care about come to you easier than the things that you really care about and you push for. Hey, how you going, man? Jed, how are you? I haven't missed a day from sickness at all. Like, I've been sick. Like, I feel like I'm getting sick right now as well with a sore throat. I've had temperatures of 40. I've had COVID, trained through that. I've had many bouts of sickness this year. My boys started going to school. But you come in here and like you'll see today, like, you come in, do the bar, you know, go up to whatever weight it feels comfortable, and that's it, man. You don't need to freaking win the Olympics every single day. How much do I weigh? 99 kilos, 98 kilos is where I fluctuate mostly. When I first started squatting, do you mean squat every day, or? Yeah, I did a live stream, I know. I'm having 2 easy days in a row now. Oh yeah, today's NBA opener, isn't it? Can't wait, man. What is it? Warriors and Nuggets and Celtics, Milwaukee, isn't it? Celtics Bucks. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate you. All the best to you too. Let me get another set. Clinical trials, clinical stuff for nursing. Oh, nice, man. Well done. Oh, I think I just missed that. I wish I could see it somehow. These comments, they fly by so quickly. I wish there was a way. Wish there was a way I could have a longer feed of comments. I feel like it's so quick. You need some moderators in the chat. Oh, what do? Lower back DOMs. You just need to increase your frequency, dude. That's what I feel like. If you train infrequently, everything freaking hurts. There's a optimal frequency that you kind of completely remove. Pozdrav, brat. Christian, kako si, man? There's like an optimal frequency for training. If you train too infrequently, everything's freaking sore. It's been 3 days since I've worked out. This is a sign. I'm going to do the next sessions with respect. Yeah, I'm really excited for the NBA. I've missed it, man. I've really missed it. Good morning, Hardcore. Yeah, Jared, I know, man. We're always freaking sick with the kids, man. It's almost like, I feel like last 6 months, we're just taking it in turns. Somebody's getting sick. Always. First year of school, my boy's in reception, like I said before, and it's just constant, man. Like, I don't really get upset anymore. It's like, oh, whatever, no worries. It just sucks, like, when it comes to training and you have like all these ambitions to hit all these goals and then you get sick. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't even kiss my kids anymore, man, because every time I kiss them, smother them, whatever, like, you know, I feel like I'm just getting all their bugs and getting sick. Have I ever thought about getting a coach? Not really, man. Like, this whole thing for me has never been about an X number. Like, yeah, I've always said 300 kilos squat is the goal, but that's kind of not the whole purpose of me doing this. The purpose is the journey, learning, experimenting, you know, making mistakes, making false hypotheses. That's kind of where the joy is. If I get a coach and he tells me exactly what I need to, like, I'll get Body Shaker, right? I'll get Body Shaker on my team, and he's just telling me, I don't know where the joy for that is. Like, I don't know. I feel like I go to work, everybody tells me what to do. You know, I go drive on the road, everyone tells me what to do. There's rules everywhere. This is like the only place where I feel like I come in and do whatever the hell I want. Like, it's just complete art. I love that a bit about it, man. That's kind of like a big motivator for me. Have you probably slowed down more? You have trained? Oh, definitely. Yeah, man. I remember when I first started training, man, progress was almost like week to week. You know, coming back from a basketball background, you know, freaking hell, man. Like, every single time I came into the gym, I was also like 20 the first time I started lifting weights or thereabouts. You know, it's just the body changes so quickly, and then you kind of start training, and you know, getting a 2 times bodyweight squat was a big deal, and then after that, it's like a grind, man. You know, it's just a real grind to get going. Jack Martin, how you going? Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, I know, Vault Box, the live habit, man, like, it was just out of the blue yesterday. Like I said, I feel like I can do these lives when I'm training like this, when it's not monster sessions. Like, I was planning to do a big deadlift session, and I wasn't planning to do a live session at all, because the huffing and puffing and all that, it's not really conducive to, you know, good live. But like this, I feel like I can chat to you guys. Like, you know, I'm not really working that hard at all. It's just more kind of like a mobility session more than anything. Speaking of which, let me do another set. A lot of times I don't actually show you guys what I actually do before I start these videos. So, you know, these live videos, I guess you can see what the real thing is. You know, I wish more people did this. Like, I wish, imagine if Lou did it, or Klokov did it, or Clarence Kennedy did it, or people like that, like top level athletes, if they did it, and you actually have a feel of what they do. I wish that was the case. I wish Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, like, I wish there was a thing across the board, because then you kind of get a feel of what it feels like. You know, it's not as sexy, but I feel like you learn the most when it's like this real, like you are sitting in the corner of the room and we're chatting like we are here, and you're seeing what I'm doing, you know, and we're chatting. I wish it was like that. Koliko si već dugo u Americi, jel bolje nego vamo? Nisam u Americi, ja brate, ja sam u Australiji, u Adelaidu. 98. su došli u Australiju, ja sam koliko, 20 godina, 24 godine, koliko je prošlo. For those of you that don't understand what the hell I just said, it's Serbian. Thanks for doing this, you inspire me to push through today, go instead of cracking some beers. Respect, man. Anytime I get feedback like that, you know, it's not even about me hitting numbers or whatever. Like the fact that I rock up every day and some of you guys resonates with you to do that. And it doesn't really matter what it is, man. Walk, run, take your dog out, whatever. Just do it every day, man. Do it every day. This is what our body is supposed to be, active every day, not 3 times a week. We're physical creatures. So when I hear you guys get out and about, respect. I feel like I'm making a positive change, you know, to people. Hello from Rome. You're very inspirational. Appreciate you, man. New Zealand. You hit a 110 OHP. Damn. That's crazy. Good morning, man. Yeah, I know. Front squatting flat shoes. It's not easy, but it takes a little while, especially in the mornings. It takes a little while for the ankles and the hips and knees to kind of let go a bit. No clue how you do it every day. Well, you'll see what I'll do right now, man. Like, I'm not going crazy, man. It's just literally spending time with the barbell. Hello from England. What are you drinking? It's just water, man. Just a water bottle. I've got a couple of them. I need to drink a lot of water today. This throat. Anyway, actually, some of you guys will be interested. I actually took a couple of tablets today. My stance on anti-everything. So today I took a zinc and a magnesium, 2 tablets, subs. Good friend of mine, my best friend, he's a doc, and he always tells me, Van, when you get sick like this, when you're kind of on the verge of getting proper sick, take a zinc, man. It's not going to do you harm. I'm kind of anti-subs all the time, but this time around, I feel like it's a good idea. What's your percentage of your deadlift? Can you RDL? The best RDL I've ever done is 220. My max is 260 on the deadlift, 220 on the RDL. I reckon I did that for 1. Earlier this year I spent a lot of time doing 200 for 5 sets of 5. Remember, that was a big deal for me. Warm-up routine can turn bad days into pretty good ones for me. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it, man. Taurine, I missed that one. Hey, Chris Seat, man. Christopher Seat, I feel like you've been here from like day 1, man. Thank you for hanging around for such a long time, supporting me. Good to have you on here, man. Give us a glute spread. Oh shit. Thank you. Love you too, man. Yeah, I know. 2 kind of slow sessions in a row. I actually really enjoyed the live video yesterday. I feel like this is the best way to communicate with you guys in a weird way. Like, I actually feel like there's people here. You know, usually like I wake up in the morning like this and I have my breakfast and I'm on the comments and speaking to you guys and whatever, but it's all kind of like, you know, you get back to me like 10 hours later, I'll get back to you 10 hours later. It's kind of like, but this is like, I feel like it's live, it's a pretty cool thing. I appreciate you, Chris. Pozdrav iz Slovenije, pozdrav Aleksandre, kako je? Yeah, I know, Ms. 528, you've been around day 1, like you said. And there's a bunch of you guys, man, that every time I see your name, I'm like, damn, it's unreal. When nobody was watching, you guys were watching. Poppy cheeky squad fella. Hey man. How are you guys? Hey JK. Ahmed. From Libya. How you going, man? Appreciate you guys. I'm the pre-workout. Miloš, kako je? I've never done trap bar deadlifts. I don't think I've ever done it, man. I know there's a gym around the corner here, not too far. Not my primary gym, but there's a gym a bit kind of further down that has a trap bar. I saw a fella doing it a few weeks ago, and I thought, man, I should give that a go. To me, it kind of feels like a trap bar deadlift is essentially a squat with the thing in your hands. It's literally like, because there's no obstruction to your knees, so you can really kind of stay vertical. Like I don't know, like is there any point to it? I don't know. How much different is it to a squat? Oh, Ms. 528. Thank you so much, man. You're a real OG. How do I feel like I missed it. Do I need to press something when these things pop up? Milica Savić, kako je? Pozdrav. Kako si ti, Milica? Yeah, I don't know. The trap bar deadlifts again. I don't really know what it's good for, to be honest with you. From Uruguay. Hey, man. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you, man. Strength goes up and down like nobody's business, man. I mean, yesterday, I don't know if you watched the live stream yesterday. 140 kilos felt like it was 180 for me yesterday. I did like 10 singles with it. Felt heavy. I mean, it's probably, this sore throat business was probably in the works yesterday as well. Maybe that was kind of a contributing factor, but you just kind of take it. It goes up and down, whatever, man. Just do the work. Yeah, for people with bad deadlift technique, maybe the trap bar is really good. From Tunisia, Ahmed, how are you, man? Greetings from Poland, Random O2. Sulman, do you get any tips on dealing with quad tendon pain? Quad tendon pain. I would probably say blood, man. I feel like I've always said the same stuff to people whenever there's something sore. Blood. Leg extensions do a set of 100 with basically no weight on it, or maybe like the first plate. I feel like when people have pains, like especially like joint pains, like tendons and things, I feel like there's too much trauma on the tendon. We're working too hard, maybe too heavy weight. We gotta back off and just wash these structures with a lot of blood. And then after a little while, like that circulation, increased circulation that pumps get us, I feel like there's restorative. There's not a lot of weight and there's a lot of circulation, and with circulation comes healing. But somebody actually said isometrics. Yeah, that's been proven to be effective as well. But I feel like lightweight, high reps is better because once again, more blood. Isometrics, I don't know how much blood you get in there. I don't know. All right, let's do another one. Yeah, tempo squats as well. Yeah, just slow it down. Christopher C. Yeah. Wish I was feeling more poppy today though. Thank you. Thank you, man. How important is the angle of the feet when squatting? I feel like the angle of your feet is a real good representation of how good your mobility is. Obviously, hip structure comes into it a lot as well, and but I feel like if you have this tendency to turn your feet out like this all the way, you're lacking hip internal rotation, I want to say. You're lacking ankle mobility as well, and so you're kind of bleeding that requirement for the mobility by turning your feet out. One of the best things, like if that's your case and you're really turning your feet out, one of the best things is to do this. I don't know if you guys can see me, just hanging out like this. You can put your feet, you can put your heels down, you can sit here and just chill in this position. You can put things under your feet if you want to, but just gotta spend time in the hole. Like I think that's the best tip I can give anybody, man. Like just sit in the hole, man. Eventually these structures start to let go a little bit. You know, you don't have to load it or anything. Just spend 5 minutes there. You're gonna be lit. Like your Achilles, your calf, your hip flexors, because you are trying to be an anterior pelvic tilt, right? So the hip flexors are working. Everything's working. Just go for time. A few times a day, 10 times a day, whatever. It's the best. You're reading some text. Marcus, Hawaii, man. Supplements supporting workouts. Do you think people sleep? I missed it again. Man, I don't know if some of you guys know how to have more of the comments on the screen. I don't know if it's possible. Klokov squats with that. Yeah, and I remember one of his feet was like more out than the other. It was, instead of being like this, he was kind of like that with one of the feet. One of his, yeah, it was strange. I remember. Does having anterior pelvic tilt cause back pain in deadlifts? I don't know if there's a link with that. I mean, any tilt, any extreme tilt, like whether anterior or posterior, is bad. But I feel like if you have anterior pelvic tilt, you're more protected in the back. Because what's the alternative? Posterior pelvic tilt, you're kind of rounding your spine. I don't know if that's a good idea to do that. You know? Safety squat bar. Safety bar squatting. I've never tried that. How many grams of protein? I don't supplement protein at all. I just eat. Lead to back pain for my deadlift. Oh, there you go. So your anterior pelvic tilt get heavy back pain. No, I haven't tried the reverse squats, but like, you know, the marching, I've done a lot of marching, but I've never set it up with a cable. Oh, nice. Yeah, so a lot of the guys that missed out on the live podcast, the live video yesterday, missed out because it was a different time. Now I'm kind of doing it 12 hours later or something like that, not even, bit more than 12 hours. Yo, Vose. Front hack squat. I don't know what that is. Front hack squat. What's stopping you from getting? I think it's back. You know, with the front squat out, I feel like I said before, it's more of a back exercise to me than a leg exercise, man. It's just that that want to lean over to produce power. You know, I mean, there's different ways of looking at it, I guess. If I had more leg strength, maybe I wouldn't want to have that lean forward. But I feel like where I fail is the thoracic spine lets go and I crumble. So if I can maintain this, let the legs do the work. I mean, there's two ways of looking at it, isn't it? Is the chicken or the egg? What's the driving force of the breakdown? I think it's the upper back, because I feel like the legs can do it. But maybe they can't do it in that upright position. I don't know. I think I need to get everything stronger, to be honest, man. Get the legs stronger, get the upper back stronger. Just really continue to practice the front squats while I'm putting in most of my resources into the rack pulls. I think rack pulls, man, they really teach you how to, like, you know, fight that, you know, that thoracic flexion. They're really, really good. I can't say more about these block pulls and rack pulls. They've been a big component of the recent gains in the front squat, I think. I think with the belt, 270 deadlift. Oh man, snake. Maybe. I mean, this is the thing. Like, I don't really know how to use a belt, so maybe there would be a, you know, a period of acclimatization. You do front squat for abs, yeah, man. It's not a joke, man. It's an amazing core exercise. Yeah, I feel a lot different when I'm at home versus the gym. Like when I train at home, it's peaceful, man. Like, listen to this. You know, birds are freaking singing to me. You know, hear the trees, leaves rustling in the wind. Like, it's just a more calm experience. That to me is it's the best feeling, man. Best feeling. Yeah, but like I'm in landscape right now. Oh shit, you can. Oh my god, you just blew my mind. You can scroll. Ivan, Stormcloaks or Imperials? Man, 9 out of 10 times I'm Stormcloaks. Oh, sick. I can actually scroll. Man, I'm such a noob. I have to take a call soon, but I'll be back, fellas. Respect, man. See you soon. I prefer to train at home, definitely, man. No what, Acha. I woke up to your live and now I go to bed to your live. Thank you, Marcus. That, exactly, Miloše. Promaja will kill me. Promaja will kill me, but squatting is never gonna touch me. Pozdrav, brate. Nekome jutro, nekome veče. Tako je. Not peaceful, ever animal can kill you there. Well, I'm shaking the camera now. Oh man, it feels so heavy. Just like yesterday. Oh man. Which Premier League club? I don't really follow any clubs. I just follow the big names. Like all the big stories, like, you know, Haaland has been impressive. Follow Ronaldo. Ronaldo has been breaking my heart, man. It's so freaking weird seeing him the way he is. I feel like he can't move, he can't run, he can't dribble, he can't attack anybody one-on-one anymore. He just looks really old. It's freaking sad to see, man. How do you recover so far between sessions? That was by Neil. I don't really recover fast between sessions. It's just, I don't really work hard every session. Do you take rest days? Don't take rest days. Top Dash, Kaizen Productions. Ever done any martial arts in your lifetime? Never, man. Luis Ramirez, ever considered front squats with arms crossed? I feel like that's a abomination, to be honest with you, man. It's Olympic weightlifting is the motivation for all of this, right? Like to be able to catch the bar. If you're doing this, you know, I'm sure you can do this with some work. It's just mobility is not sexy for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to spend the time, invest the time to be able to do this. You know, I've seen some strong ass dudes, man, much bigger guys than me, have the mobility. So what excuse do I have? You know, you gotta work on it, and it's kind of like squatting, deep squatting. A lot of people, it's not fun to work on mobility. So I feel like it's one of those things. William G. So how does it feel? So how do you feel about front squats in general? Love them, man. Recently I've really fallen in love with them. I'm a Liverpool supporter, stoked on beating City Sunday. Yeah, man. Salah, it should have been more than a few goals, man. You can't touch your shoulders. So this is the thing, like if you feel like you can't touch your shoulders, like I can't touch my shoulders, well I can. But like this way I can't, right? So it's more about internal rotation. So, you know, the more internal rotation you have, the more you're going to be able to like grab a wider grip. Like I can't. So when I grab the bar, I'm basically right next to the shoulders. But if you can go this way, then there's less demand on the wrist stuff, you feel. I'm not an expert, but you know, that's kind of how it feels to me. Or is it external rotation? It's not internal rotation, external rotation. That's right. All right, 140. Let's see, 140. Fight. Whew. Freaking hard work, man. Oh, I can click that. Blackbeard Zorro, thank you so much for the gift, man. Appreciate you. What do you think about bar path? I tend to lean a bit forward on the ascent, but I maintain pressure mid-foot. The leaning forward, dude, is could be a number of things. Could be a host of things. In my opinion, I feel like anterior. So if you think about what makes a body do a certain thing, especially at max weights, the body is always looking for a path of least resistance. If you just think about that, and you think to yourself, what am I avoiding when I lean forward? Well, one thing comes to mind straight away. To stay upright, you need a lot of anterior core. Psoas, iliacus, rectus femoris, the hip flexors of the body. That's what you need, right? That's where the strength component is. With that is associated ankle problems, hip internal rotation problems. There's a whole host of things. So if you work on your anterior core, work on that hip rotation, you will start to see it feeling more upright. Like I lean forward as well when I back squat. And when I think about it, how strong I am in the deadlift versus the squat, basically when I'm bent over, I can lift 270. And as I start to go up and up and up and up, the kilos start to drop, which is normal. Here, when I'm fully vertical, I can't even get to that position because of mobility, but I'm the weakest at this point. I'm the strongest here, weakest here. So my back is strong, let's say. And as I go forward, as I go more upright, that's where the weaknesses start to show. So, you know, start to work on the anterior core. I know it's not sexy, but start doing that. And with that, when you start working anterior core, we start doing sit-ups, leg raises, all of that, you will start to work out some of these hip flexors and some of the things that hip internally rotate or prevent you from hip internally rotating hips. And then you start to feel like you're unlocking. That's what I would say to you, man. Of course, you know, the obvious stuff like, you know, sit in a hold in like this in the ATG, you know, throughout the day, work on your ankles, but I feel like it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Try and like go really wide stance, and try, you know, hold yourself as upright as possible and see where your strength level is. You're probably going to be a lot weaker, but that gives you an understanding of how weak you are. Like this, versus like this. Hope that makes sense, dude. It's already been 41 minutes. Jesus Christ. I'm fine. Usually holds, they are the truth, dude. Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with that. Ever use music in the gym? Never at home, man. I never use music at all. George, Thaddeus, Ivan, have you ever looked into infrasternal angle and how it impacts rotation elements of the body? Never, man. Never. But I feel like you know about it. It'd be interesting what you have to say about that. What footy team do you support? Adelaide Crows, man. Like, stop watching them when they go blown out. But Richmond, man, how many years ago now? 5 years ago, their grand final freaking broke my heart. Since then, I haven't watched a single game since then. Dude. Like, I thought that was the first time we were gonna win in freaking 20 years, and then they blow it. I'll never forget that game. Such a disappointment. Freaking Adelaide Crows, man. And then after that, they just crumbled. Internal culture's bad. Last World Cup for Messi and Ronaldo. I know, man. The goats are finishing. Let me try to hit 140 again, man. So freaking heavy. There's something up with my body clearly. Tonsils are swollen, feeling weak. Here we go again, man. Why don't you use safety pins whilst you squat? The reason for that is, man, Greg Chilton. The reason why I don't do that is because, one, I hate hitting. Like if you walk out a little wrong, on the way down, you will hit the pins. You will hit them. That's if you put them up high enough. Number two, when I fail, I don't like lowering anything. Sometimes when I'm giving it everything to the bar, I lean forward, I lose balance, and then I drop it. These are the second pair of pins that I have. They're bent. The previous ones were bent from dropping the bar onto the pins. Bent one bar, bent set of pins. And then I saw the Olympic weightlifting guys never squat in a rack, and I thought, let's just do that. I feel like I'm free mentally of worrying about it when I hit anything. And when I fail, dump it, let it fall. I've got bumper plates. That makes more sense to me, It prevents damage to the bar, the plates, all that stuff. Just kind of what Olympic weightlifting guys do, and that's what I've done. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Jed Carl, I'm a big fan of your ER videos, putting life in perspective, always make me feel appreciated. I appreciate it, Jed. Hassan Zah, the squat can't reach toes, focus posterior chain. Facundo, back from the gym, keep it up. Thank you, man, appreciate it. Oh, George said something, let's see what George wrote. Everybody leans forward, either a wide or narrow. 100% angle of where the ribs meet at the suffer process. Okay. What do you do when you brace? I don't take big air. It's something that I always hear about people talking about. And you see them going. I don't know how people don't pass out when they do that. Because when you do that, you got pressure all up in your neck. You don't want pressure in your lungs. You want pressure in your belly. So I just go. And I'm done. So medium air into the belly, and then when I do that, I flex everything I have. Obliques, abs, everything. That way I feel good. So many times, especially in powerlifting, man, like guys are like between every rep. It's like almost they're taking into the damn eyeballs. Yeah. What are you doing, man? Like, why are you doing that? I just never understood that. Like, you want to take medium air. The trouble that we have in our body is the weakness between in the lumbar spine, between the last rib and the pelvis. That's where the weakness of the structure is. Up top, where the ribs are, we have rigidity because of ribs. The thoracic spine is fine. You don't need to put air in there. So it's all about the bottom. So pull air in the gut. That's how I think about it, man. But you know, you just gotta find what works for you. So that's got at the pub, brother. Love to see it. Amen to your dedication every day. K Breezy, appreciate you, man. Outside of breathing and sleeping, he's 1 in 100 million. Thank you, man. Really appreciate your support. Santi Suarez, have you ever been afraid of leaning forward while squatting? Have you, what does it disappear every time? What's going on now? And having the bar going over your head. I am. Oh, not really, dude. You'll know when you start to kind of lose balance. And at that point, you bail. You don't try to catch it. Like if you try to catch it, and you try to walk the bar forward or whatever people do, you know when you've lost the groove. Just jump from underneath. That's it. You need to know when to pull the plug. Literally pull the plug early. There's nothing to gain if you misgroove it. It's absolutely no point at all. Alibaba, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Sosta98 says, what did he say? Why does it always go away? Lifetime goal for squat will be 300. Do you have lifetime deadlift for bench goal? Bench is 180, squat is 300, deadlift is 300. Those are the goals that I came about 8 years ago. Didn't really understand much about much, but those are the numbers I picked, and that's kind of what stayed since. Do you ever get lower back pain injury? No, never, man. I've had an injury scare when I was like 20. In the gym, messing around with some, what do you call them, tricep extensions with the dumbbell like this in your hand. I was putting it down, put it on my shoulder, and as I twisted down, felt a pop, dropped on the floor, you know, paresthesia, numbness to the legs, pain in the lower back. I thought I was done, man. And basically that was a turning point in my training. Since then I basically forgot about bodybuilding altogether and started really looking into how to get stronger. You know, I thought to myself, there's no point doing bicep curls and all this shit. I need to have a strong back. I can't be doing this and looking after biceps and chest and not having a strong back. Like, what do you if you don't have a strong back? And so that was kind of the turning point for me. Do you work full time and do you do Olympic lifting? Do I work full time? I haven't worked full time basically for the last, I want to say 5-6 years. Basically 90% of the people that work in the hospital work 184, which is 4 days a week. The reason why that is because, well, it's hard to, you know, work full time and do shift work. So you have like late shift, early shift, late shift, early shift, like all that stuff. It's really difficult. And basically the penalties that we get from the shift work, if you do 4 days a week, you're basically getting enough money like a 5 days a week person that's working 9 to 5 without penalties. So 90% of people do 4 days a week. I do 3 days a week. I dropped from 0.84 to 0.62 when this YouTube thing popped off a little bit. So the earnings that I earned from the YouTube allow me to drop a shift per week, essentially. That's how I have done it. Do I have enough earnings from YouTube to go full time? Absolutely not. Absolutely. In fact, some months I think about picking up extra shifts to make up the shortfalls. So that's kind of my setup right now. The reason why I have lots of days off is because I do 12-hour shifts. And so I cram all of my hours into a fewer days per week so I can have more days off. It's grueling, you know, because it's 7 to 7 type of setup. But you have more days off. It's just when you're working, you're freaking working the whole day. 13-hour shifts, basically. Hayden K, what's up, man? All right, let me hit another. Cheers, man. Yeah, this is the second one. I'm kind of getting the hang of it now. I'm having a lot of fun doing these, man. I feel like the interaction when I do a live is like 10 times better than the interactions I get with people, like commenting and whatever. It feels good. It feels like I'm actually having a chat to you guys. Have you experienced ankle pain after squats? Never, Julian Caldwell, never. Never had that. I mean, I've snapped my ankles, you know, several times, or twice, one each. Broken bones in my feet and tendons and ligaments. I've done those in basketball days, but that's actually one of the reasons why the squat restarted a few times, like back like 5-6 years ago. Do one ankle, 12 months later do another ankle, and each time it's like you restart. All right, let me do another one. How do I calm myself before I lift? I get anxious and it sucks. Hey man, welcome to my world. I also get anxious before like PR attempts. It's just part of it, man. It is what it is. That's how it is. That's how it is for every athlete that is doing something that means a lot to them. If you don't feel anxious, you probably don't care about it. Just embrace the suck, man. Enjoy feeling shit scared. Embrace it. It's part of life. Just do it. I have a cascade of thoughts in my mind. I'll say some nasty things to myself, things that really piss me off in life. You know, and that kind of pisses me off. I never show it externally. The kind of hype that I generate. Not all the time, only like before PR attempts. But that kind of really helps me to calm me down. Like, I say to myself stuff like, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're weak, that kind of stuff, like lots of profanity obviously, and that kind of pisses me off, and I get really kind of amped about it. You need somebody. A lot of people need that external thing. For me, it's all the internal, man. Just me and my mind, especially like in settings like this where it's just me and my mind. I just sit here. Basically, most of the time, I mean, you guys can't see the whole picture, but I sit here and look at a blank wall, do my set, come sit here, chill. Just peaceful, man. You hear the birds, man. Like, it's just awesome. Love it. It's like meditation. I missed that last bit. Ben, do you do any Olympic lifts every day? I don't. I used to. No, yeah, so I haven't done it for a couple of months now. I do want to get back to it eventually. I do miss it. Santi says, I think the weird powerlifting breathing is because they want to push as much air as possible against the belt. Yeah, I hear you, man, but the belt is not on your chest. The belt is at the bottom. So there's a way, like, you know, you can breathe into your belly, you know, and then you can breathe, you know, raise your shoulders. This business doesn't add to anything, I don't think. Could be wrong, I don't know. Tinder, oh, okay. Go to spam. All right. I don't know how many singles that was, but let's do another one. Man. Thanks, man. Singles getting you mingles. Change chat to sub only. I don't know how to do that, man. Jacob Thor says, what's your opinion of using a belt when lifting and why don't you? I get asked a lot, why don't I use a belt? I guess the first thing that comes to mind is I want it to be all me. I want to have an independent core. I don't want any external help with the core. The reason being is because when you're working in the world, you don't have any like aids. I want to be strong independently. That's kind of the biggest driver. I love seeing KK. I don't know whether you guys know him, God rest his soul. I think he did like 900-pound deadlift without a belt. Yes, it helps. But I want to develop a core that is so strong independently. That's kind of how I feel. Obviously it enhances bracing, all of that sort of stuff, but it's just the independence that I love. When and where were you born? I was born in Croatia. Sisak is the city, in 1989. And then in 1991 the war started and a whole bunch of running around the place until we came to Australia in 98. Used to trains the core more than not using a belt. Using a belt uses more core than without. I don't know how that makes sense to me. It never made sense when people made that argument. So in the same token, does if you put ankle braces, does that train the ankles more or less? If you put knee braces, does that train the knee more or less? If you put an aid on something, you're going to rely on it more so than not. This is the whole thing about bracing. When somebody breaks their arm, we put it in a splint. It supports it. It's a supportive structure. There's no way I can make sense to me that something works more with support on. You know, like I get what people are trying to say, but to me it's like, you know, if you are stronger with something, it's making you stronger. You know, that thing's making you stronger. I don't understand how, you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, we don't have to agree on this. You know, people do whatever they want to do, but for me, it's sex is all hell when I see somebody independently lift. You know, you just admitted belts for little girls. Yeah, George is with me. I don't know. I mean, avoid butt winking when going to full depth. Avoiding butt wink. Yeah, so quickly. Brandon Potter Johnson, ever had any discomfort around the quad tendon area in day-to-day movement, body weight squats, but no discomfort when loaded with the bar? If yes, how did you get? I don't have any pain with my knees at all. And I think the biggest reason for that is because I go ATG. It's counterintuitive. I know a lot of people will be like bullshit, but it really is. I think it's far safer for the knee to go full range than cut it half short. I really believe that. Anecdotally speaking, you know, that's one of the things people used to say to me, oh, you're not going to get to day 50 or day 100, you're going to end up in a wheelchair. Stop. It's day 1050 and I still have wonderful knees. So I don't think full range is detrimental to you. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think it's actually really beneficial for you, your joints, so much better than parallel sweating. That's legit what I have experienced. What up, brother? Big fan. Appreciate you, Francesca. What was that? Why do you use straps? Why do you use straps? I would think you would be against it. Yeah, so I mean, I did a lot of hook grip for a long time. And then I started breaking my hands when I bought the Ohio Power Bar. Like, I was really good with the hook grip. Like, I could hook grip 220, you know, that was never the problem. Then I got the Ohio Power Bar and I started tearing my fingers. Then I'd go to nursing and I put Bactol gel, you know, hand gel, stinging like crazy, open to infection. It's just not a good idea to be a nurse and have broken skin and work with people with HIV, Hep C and all that. It's not a good idea at all. Let me get another sip. Bye. Love you. I'm doing my video, yeah. Have a good day. Love you. Are you an Orthodox Christian? I am, man. Yeah. Appreciate you, Cruz. Cheers, man. Managing back fatigue from beginners lifting every day. It's all auto regulation, man. Just manage your fatigue, and lower back health has a lot to do with the strength of your anterior core. Leg raises, hanging, lying, sit-ups, that kind of thing. Like, it's not intuitive to think about that, but your abs, your anterior core protect your lower back. They work in unison. Hi, Ivan. Took a break from watching your vids, but came back. Started doing flat squats because my regular squat is pretty wide. Thoughts on plat squats in your program? Yeah, I mean it's a really good emphasis. Like if you have the mobility, I mean you can probably elevate your heels. It's a variation that could be useful. It depends on what you need. How far is your squat every day journey going to? No idea, man. You know, I say to people all the time, like I don't have a goal, I don't have a finish line destination. I'll do it until I want to do it, and if I have to stop it, I'll probably restart it. It's just a way of life, man. Like I'm not doing this for anything other than I freaking loved playing video games every day when I was a kid, and loved doing this shit every day now. That's simple as it is, man. Like I love to move every single day. I love, this is fun. This is not laborsome for me. This is not, you know, oh shit, I gotta go to school. Oh shit, I gotta go to work. It's like, man, where can I squat next? That's the enthusiasm that I have. So even if I miss tomorrow, the next day, or wherever the case might be, something happens in life, you know, knock on wood, everything's gonna be all right. I'll just probably end up starting it again. It's just the way I am, man. I heard foam rolling is BS, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Dan Laidlaw says, if you were to start another exercise every day, what would it be? Probably deadlift. That's the only thing I care about as much as the squat. Not to the same level, but I love the deadlift, man. I kind of like fell into it somehow. Worked out that I was pretty good at it for whatever reason. I've got these short arm, you know, T-Rex arms. I literally pull all the way to my crutch, man, like when I lift. But some reason the everyday squatting, the ATG squatting made my lower back strong, and I can do this stuff. I don't know, but I think deadlifting will be cool. Skyrim every day, yeah, man. That will be good. Oh man. What is your left foot turned out more? Why is your left foot turned out more than your right? I don't know, I never realized that. Maybe it's the angle. I don't know. Oh, he actually squats live. That's epic. Hey Tony, how are you, dude? Charles Newcomb, why don't you wear a belt? I just covered that maybe 20 minutes ago, so. How long have you been live so far? Just joined. 64 minutes, man. 64 minutes is the counter right now. Daniel Z, favorite posterior chain exercise. So you think you could make the rows a replacement as a rack pull and deadlift are very taxing? Nothing's gonna replace the rack pulls. I made a mistake earlier this year getting rid of the RDLs. Big mistake. That was the foundation of all my success in March, April, or February, March, April. So that's a staple twice a week. Today I should be doing rack pulls, but throat and whatever, I'm not kind of feeling the best. But everything after that is going to be, you know, trialed upon. You know, that is the winning recipe for me. Posterior chain work, back work. When I have a strong back, I feel I can front squat really well. I can deadlift a lot. You know, there's a period like a few months ago where I couldn't deadlift 260 for like 3-4 months. And that was because there was an absence of serious exercise for the back. And I tried doing 45 hypers, tried doing back raises on the GHD, tried all of that. Nothing really gave me that same stimulus, that same strength as RDLs earlier in the year and rack pulls now. So that's definitely a staple for me. I don't want to get rid of that at all. Will you ever try to see what numbers you can lift? I don't really get excited about that. Like I always think about the most exciting bit is the building, the potential for strength. Because you know, I don't use percentages in my training. I don't need a 1RM number to base my training upon. It's all auto regulation, so there's no real value other than knowing and getting excited about a number. So like I don't really have a pull towards expressing strength like that or peaking or whatever. I just want to keep getting stronger. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. Genghis Khan. Hey man, So stoked you're doing a live video. How has nursing affected your lifting journey? Is it more than just being inspired by non-mobile patients and living a healthy and fulfilled life? How has nursing affected your lifting journey? I can take this many different ways. I would not be the man I am today without nursing. That's without a doubt. Anybody that works in health, especially like clinical, they kind of see things that normal people don't see. They see suffering, they see death, they see how vulnerable life is. And when you truly understand that, like now, how could you drop dead? Heart attack, bang, gone. Seen that? When you truly feel that, understand that, then this moment feels so special. That's a big foundation of why I am who I am, why I live the way I live, why I squat every single day. It's abnormal, I get it, but also my work is abnormal. Most people don't have these thoughts on a daily basis. Most people don't put people in a body bag on a daily basis. People that do that, they have access to thoughts, feelings, energy that affects them. A lot of my colleagues don't think about this sort of stuff deeply, but I do. When I put somebody in a body bag, I think to myself, shit, one day this will be me. When it's gonna be, I don't know. And it makes you kind of think to yourself, okay, so what am I doing today to celebrate my life today? Because this shit is like this, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, if I could sit down with you for 10 hours and tell you exactly like some of the stories, life is not what it seems, man. It really isn't. It comes and goes in a blink. This is why, like, I am the way I am. You know, our experiences make you. I mean, what you've gone through makes you. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know. But it's a loaded question, but yeah, she got deep, didn't it? I have a tendency to go deep like this, man. You know. But tell us some impactful stories from work. Yeah, I guess I could. You know, there's many different stories. A lot of the times when I'm telling you guys these stories, they don't come like, okay, I'm gonna tell a story today. There's usually like some sort of motivation, some sort of inspiration thing. I'm in a particular type of energy, in a mood that I feel like I want to discuss this, and then I'm like, okay, this is a really good metaphor for this, and that's how it goes. And again, hello. Alright, let me get another set, fellas. So weak. Man. Odakle si? Ja sam iz Krajine. Iz Petrinje. Do you know, like, Eric Buyenhagen? I never really watched it like frequently, but I know of him. I know of him, definitely. What is the time for you, right? What is the time for you? I think it's like 8:40. 8:40. Pozdrav iz Slovenije. Ćao Luka, kako si? Shout out from Italy. Quibis. In the next coming weeks, could you do a diet video, what you eat in a day, just to see what your diet has been lately? I've done these type of videos before. I've showed people like what I eat and whatever. And maybe I could do one soon as well. What is my height and weight? 184 centimeters, 185, something like that. And 99 kilos basically. live can be done once a week. Yeah, what I'm thinking, Milosh, is I'm going to do these when I'm at home, when I'm doing like a light session. It's a really nice way to kind of go about it. I can interact with you guys, and I can, you know, get some training in. It's really hard to do this stuff. Like if I was doing block pulls right now, like if I was doing that, I'd be huffing and puffing freaking 5 minutes in between sets. So there's no point in doing that. But in the light sessions, I think it's doable. Like right now, like I'm just chilling out. Robbie Siemens, how long we reckon until Greg Doucette makes a video about you? Well, if he says that I'm not natty, then I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if there's any reason for him to say that I'm not natty. But that would be really cool. I mean, like this is the thing about YouTube fitness and you know these channels and whatever. Like it's almost like unreal when people kind of mention you. Like I remember when Secret Strength reached out for the first time. It was like, whoa, man, like what's going on? You know, when these things happen, it's almost like, why is anybody talking to me? Like I'm nothing special. But I guess like it's about the content, it's about people watching. So if there's interest in a channel or whatever, then people talk about it. But you know, it's just content creation. I don't know if Greg, I don't think I'm interesting enough. If you get 10,000, Joe Rogan will invite you. If you get 10,000. Hey man, how you feeling today? Chickens, I've got a sore throat. I was telling to the fellas earlier. Woke up with a sore throat, had shit sleep. My boy's going to school now. You know, started on Monday. They were on holiday, so he's picked something up probably. Specialty bars. I've never really done anything other than straight bar, man. I've never had access to anything. I want to try the SSB. I think the SSB would be sick, you know, just to really try it. Like I've heard so many good things about it. Meg Jacob 50, appreciate your philosophy on training, and as always, you always just say, just show up. Huge respect, appreciate you, man. I can't see that. Heal Mike, ever traveled to the United States? No, never been to the States, man. Branislave, hello from Slovenia, Slovakia. Pozdrav. You ever do cardio? Not really, man. Never really do cardio. Alright, let's get another set. I don't even know how many sets I've done, but keep going. Alright, I think that's enough for me, fellas. Let me get you closer so I can see what's up. Oh, shaky, shaky. Have a good day, boss. Thank you, Auntie. Auntie. Interesting, I've never... yeah. Hello from Kuwait. Hey, James. Do you ever watch foot placement before squatting? Not really. George. Does Australia healthcare still view cholesterol as a vital health marker? It's been removed from American Heart Association list of... I think it does, yeah. Yeah, we heavily medicate it, man. We heavily medicate this stuff. Salikan, hello from Turkey. What do you count as a workout, and do you back squat every day? What do you count as a workout, and do you back squat every day? I count a workout every time I touch the bar. That's a workout for me, man. You know, every single day is a workout for me. You know, the intensity, volume, and workload changes every day according to how I feel. But I don't back squat every day. I mean, it depends. It's always back squat. I either back squat or front squat every single day. That's usually how I go about it. Oh shit! I got a donation. Kyle Zoof, thank you so much for this, man. I appreciate all context you upload, content you upload, brother. I love going ATG, but my adductors get way too damn sore. How do you work around this? Yeah, man. So the adductors are a big part of squatting. I always get reminded about adductors. It's the primary hip extensor below 90 degrees, below parallel squatting. So every time you go ATG from parallel downwards, it's all adductors. So if you're squatting ATG, it makes sense why they will be sore. What I've found that works them really well is to do a lot of pulling. I actually think the source of all of my hip pain after all these years has been adductors, or a tendinopathy, maybe something like that, proximal tendon. So whenever I do a lot of pulling, rack pulls, RDLs, deadlifts, various different, as long as there's a lot of pulling, I feel good, my adductors feel healthy. That's what I would say. If you always get sore, try and up the frequency and the volume of your pulling, and I reckon you'll be on your merry way. I really think that, because I don't know the mechanics behind it, but that's just my trial and error over the years. My body just feels, my hips feel great when I pull. You know, I squat a lot, so I need to do a lot of pulling to balance it all out. Thank you for the gift as well, Carl. Appreciate you, man. Hi, Ivan. What do you think about Smolov? Yeah, I ran the Smolov, what's it called? The Smolov Junior Mesocycle. I actually ran it part of the squat every day. Like I did it 3 days a week. I was doing that for a little while. And obviously the thing that pushed me away is the freaking hip pain. But if I know the stuff that I know now, I probably would have been able to combat it and keep the pain away. But I really like the setup. I really like the variation of the rep ranges that actually gets you doing. So I really like this mesocycle. I mean, the whole smaller things, like whatever, 16 weeks, whatever it is. I've never done that. Oh, day one squatting. DW, day one squatting after 9-month depression. Let's go. Hey, man, all the best. Hey, I always say, a healthy body keeps a healthy mind, man. So start with the body. What happened to the hypers, and how do you program anterior core? So what happened with the hypers basically was hernia scare. When I say that, I don't want you to scare you, but man, I did a lot of freaking hypers, man. Like hundreds of reps. And I got to a point where I was waking up in the morning, and then throughout sessions I started feeling like groin pain, like a really sharp kind of groin pain. And through work and, you know, being a nurse and whatever, like I know what the symptoms are for a hernia. And so I thought, shit, like I'm getting real close to blowing that freaking bowel through the abdominal wall. And so then when I noticed that symptom, I was like, okay, clearly what's happening is my freaking anterior pelvic tilt is being, you know, really magnified by all these lower back work. I was like kind of walking around like with the freaking belly out and whatever. And so I started doing lots of sit-ups, stopped the hypers completely. And over the course of like a week or two, I started feeling a lot better, and I started deadlifting better, and, you know, I don't have that sharp feeling in my groin anymore. So that's what I would say, man. You know, anterior core is very important. You need to balance it. Right now I'm doing rack pulls, that's why I'm not doing the hypers, but I'm kind of focusing more on the heavy weight. But I think hypers are fantastic, man. You see Bald Omni Man give you a shout out a while back in one of his videos. He said, I'm onto something like Ivan Djuric, sick. No, I didn't see that. I like the guy a lot, man. I actually like a lot of his content. I like what he does, what he preaches. He keeps it real, keeps it 100, and I like that about people. I know jumping is a skill, you brought it up a couple of times, but for me, I'm a volleyball player, and I wonder what squatting every day could translate to vertical jump. As long as you, big chungus, as long as you keep your body weight down, I think it makes sense. Like if you were to add more power into a car and keep the frame as light as it is what it is now, there's a discrepancy there, right? So you will be able to leap further, higher. So that's the only thing. So if you play volleyball on a frequent rate, you know, lots of jumping, whatever you do for volleyball, and you start squatting on the side, you know, since when is strength a weakness? You know what I mean? Like to be powerful, you need strength, perform quickly. So strength is good. Oh shit, a donation. Oh, thank you for letting me know. David James, thank you for the gift, man. Appreciate it. Awesome content, mate. Been watching for a while. It's cool to see some of the other creators that you've inspired to work out daily and focus on regulation. Yeah, you know, I never really, I can't really understand the impact of the channel, the reach. It's like, I find it remarkable when people tell me things like these positive things, like, you know, like you, or people are inspired by you and they've started doing kind of similar things as you. I always think to myself, Jesus, man, like I've never felt I was anything special, like never. And so with this channel, with this community, I feel like I'm having some sort of an impact in the world, and it's really it's a beautiful feeling, man. It's a beautiful feeling. I must admit, to be some sort of positive force in the world. Appreciate you, Dave, man. Do you know any front squat? Oh, I lost that one. Do you know any front squat mobility stretches? For front squats, man, it all starts with the hips. Starts with the hips, man. You need to stay upright. So ankles, hip internal rotation, hips, hip flexion, passive flexion. You need that. Just spend a lot of time doing it, and just work on those adductors. The adductors need to release. What's helped me most with front squatting or squatting in general is just literally squatting, and then when I'm watching TV, messing around with the kids, just literally sit in the hole. Sit in the hole, whichever way you want, man. Like, try and keep a flat back, because when you keep a flat back, then other structures need to stretch. But if you sit there like completely rounded over, then the back is stretching, right? You don't want the back stretching. You want the back flat. Doesn't matter if the heels are off the ground, and just sit there. And after a little while, if you can last 10 minutes, you're a machine. But after like 1, 2, 3 minutes, you start to feel the burn in your Achilles and your soleus and your gastroc, tibialis anterior, start to feel adductors, hips, everything starts to flare up. So simple as that, man. Like, if you think about the third world countries, you know, in Asia, in Africa, and every freaking which way, they don't have this shit. They don't have chairs. So they do a lot of sitting, literally down on the ground. So if we removed all chairs, cars, toilets away from us, man, I think everyone would be doing ATG. It doesn't really matter about your female length. Because if you take a skeleton, I don't know if you guys have ever done anatomy classes at school or whatever, if you take a freaking skeleton that's hanging, you know, from the thing, you take that femur, you can shove that sucker all the way to the freaking shoulder, man. There's nothing restricting it. So it's a soft tissue restriction. It's a soft tissue restriction. Yes, there are freaks out there with impingements and deep sockets and whatever, but the most part, like, you can take that femur and shove it all the way up. It's when you start layering all the other crap, the muscles, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, then you start getting locked up. You know, so most people can't even like raise their freaking knee to like 90 degrees. Like, how crazy is that? Like, that brother or that sister never freaking, you know, goes below parallel. That's why the body locks up. So just spend more time on the ground, man. Like, literally play with your kids, play on the ground. Like, it's freaking uncomfortable initially, but it doesn't really matter how you do it. Go wide, go narrow, heels up, or it doesn't matter. You just spend time on the ground. Oh shit, I got another green sign. Joseph Santoyo, thank you so much for the gift, man. Appreciate that, man. I feel like Ahmed, hi, man. Greetings, man, from Egypt. Why you stream at 12 in the night and you have good weather? Yeah, man. Wonder where you are. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning for me here. Matthew Shaw, Ivan Djuric. I hit a squat PR the other day, 210, and deadlift PR today, 250. Respect, man. Well done, Matthew, man. After I did the deadlift, I did pump work to get blood to muscle. Respect, and that probably is gonna keep you not sore next few days. Well done, man. Man, 250 and 210 squat, that's nice, man. Wonder what your body weight is. Do you travel overseas? Have you lived overseas and see the world? I came to Australia when I was 10 years old, man. I was 10, right? You know, the war started in 91 in Yugoslavia, and we rocked up in 1998 to Australia. Since then, I've been like around Australia, but I've never been overseas. Haven't been back, haven't been anywhere. Niles Gilmore, exactly. That's why I sit ATG home. Respect. Odakles. Ispetrnje. Pick one. OHP or bench. Pick one. Pull-ups or rows. I love pull-ups, man. I love pull-ups. I like OHP, man, but it's so freaking hard to progress, man. So hard to progress. Lifting in boat shoes. You're a good guy, Ivan. Thank you, man. Russell's teapot. It is not you who's share the booth. Double banger. Oh man, I've had that a few times actually. Oh, 5:30. There you go. Hi man. Hi Jerem. PW. Hey man. Milos Milinkov. Ivan, I love you, mate. Your front rack is horrible. Hold the bar with your hands and widen a bit. The reason why I can't widen a bit, man, is because I have no external rotation. Like, I remember the first time I started squatting, like, front squatting, like 3 years ago or something. I was really kind of pushing that whole thing, doing this, and I developed such bad right shoulder pain that it put me out completely. So I probably should do some exercises to like do this, but like this is really uncomfortable for me. This is why I put my fingers right next to my shoulders like this, because I'm afraid of the external rotation like this. That's why I do it. I wish I could do the full thing, man. I would love that. But I just don't have the mobility. Probably should do something about it though. You aren't controlling it. The bar is eating you. That's why you don't feel it in legs. You aren't controlling it. The bar is eating you. That's why. Well, probably you're right. Probably you're right. Your opinion on low bar squats, man. About to go to bed soon. Linus, I don't like low bar squats. My motivation initially is always Olympic weightlifting. You never see that in there. I respect it, but I love full range of motion, like ATG squats. Jacob Larson, great to catch a stream from down under. Will you see any squats in nature this summer? I would love that, man. I had a lot of fun. The only trouble is, man, I don't know if you can see, I took the things off the roof, man, because it was way too heavy and it was stretching the the roof of the Evo. So I'll probably need to get my dad's ute one day and go somewhere. I had a lot of fun squatting in nature, man. That was amazing. I love that. Milos, you must have full hand contact to control the bar. If you don't, your back will try to stop it from rolling, which it can't. I feel it in the back, man. You're right there. Do you think I need to have external rotation first? Because I can't do that. Like, I feel it in my shoulder. I need to develop that. Just wanted to say you're an inspiration in life. Keep it up. John Landry. Thank you so much, John, man. Appreciate you. Sally Khan, do you know how high you can jump? I think it would be cool to see you test it. So when I used to play basketball, I'd be able to grab the rim like this, like with a full hand. Back then I was like 80 kilos or something last time I played basketball. So now I'm like 20 kilos heavier, a lot stronger, but I'll probably need to, work on my tendons and ligaments. Like jumping is a different thing. Like heavy bounce is a different thing. It causes different structures in. So I'll probably need to do that. However, to do that, I'll need to take away energy from squatting and all the stuff I'm doing. Where are we? If you can improve strength in one muscle by 20%, which would it be? Quads. Would you switch from doing Bulgarian style daily singles to doing bodyweight squats 5 days a week and then block periodize the 2 remaining days if it proved effective? I know you kind of hate block. Yeah, I don't really like Brad. I don't really like block periodization at all because it doesn't take into account my life, shift work, the structure in my life. I really like auto regulation. Like you take the auto regulation out of the mix, and I'm dragging myself into the gym, and probably wouldn't be sustainable for me. The only reason I've done 1,000 days is because I literally walk up and I'm like, okay, what's up today? What do I want to do today? If I don't feel good, I ain't doing nothing, man. Like I'll just do the bar. So that freedom is intoxicating, man. Like it what keeps me coming back. But if you know, like 3 days in advance, you're gonna go to hell and back, workout weighs you down, man. The mental side of it really weighs you down. Ragnar, hey man, that's a nice name. We just finished for the second time watching the whole of Vikings. What does Ragnar say? What do you think about Jefferson curls? Don't like them, man. I don't think it's something I would ever do. Really train that much flexion. Ivan, you're a huge inspiration. MF pieces. Only recently started watching your channel and can't get enough of the insights. Thank you so much, man. It really is amazing for me to hear this stuff. So thank you. 6-9. Sorry for the dumb question. What time is it there? It is 9 a.m. Probably 9:15 now. Would you make a featuring video with Clarence Kennedy? It would be legendary. I think Clarence Kennedy is a hard man to get. I mean, I've never reached out to anyone in the fitness community. It would be amazing to, like, you know, chat to him. Even live would be great. Maybe if someday he comes to Australia or I go over there. Really cool to meet him. You know, he's been a big influence on my lifting journey. He was a big you know, motivator for me to pick up the Bible and start moving it. You know, definitely would be awesome. Ethan Ray, hey man, glad you're here. 11:30 p.m. here. You have a rotator cuff injury? I don't. I don't have an injury. It's just I don't have mobility. Nothing hurts, but I don't have you know, good mobility. Reynolds, one more. Would you collab with Benjamin McIntyre? I know y'all homies. Yeah, dude. So I've already done it. If you go on Ben's channel, we did a whole freaking podcast, like an hour long, even longer. You can check that out. For me, knowing that I have 3 heavy days coming hypes me up and makes me take my prep food and absolutely seriously. Yeah, fair enough. The trouble is, what if you have night shifts? What if you have nights? What if you have things on? Like, what do you have? Like if you're an athlete and that's all you live for, that's great. But I often have nights. I have long shifts, and then I rock up and I feel like a piece of shit, like I'm weak. And so I have this mental thing that I'm thinking about all the time, but I have to do all this other world stuff. Sheffield, England, big respect from a drunk evening. Hey man, Black Lion, appreciate you. Can you do back band? Don't know what that is, man. Can you do back band? Dusan Dragovic, the knees of those guys incorporate and fly. I've been too lazy, never a good thing. First I've caught nice. Hey man, I hope all's good. Yeah, all good, all good. How are you? Tyler, hey Van, you've been a big inspiration to put into work when I've fallen off the wagon. Thank you for the continuing to be someone to look up to, brother. Appreciate you, Tyler. Cheers, man. Milosh says, Ivan, the best shoulder mobility exercise are Lou raises and overhead press with full elbow and shoulder lockout. Oh, okay. All right. Never thought about that. Yeah. I feel like external rotators. I remember when I started to learn how to like ollie lift as well, I had trouble doing this, like external rotation. It's keeping me back. Gotta work on it. Chobanu Marius Konstantin says, I hit 150 kg PR today. Front squat, respect, man. Well done. Oh, back bend like an arch. Well, I probably could. If you still get DOMs from squats, how do you first approach the next workout if you had some super sore muscles, just a very light day? Yeah, very light day. You know, you come in, you kind of get warmed up a little bit, you know, see what you can do, you know. Go lighter on the squats and go heavier on the deadlift, something like that, whatever's possible. This is my second time live. Yesterday was just out of the blue decision to do it. I wanted to have a lighter day and I thought, you know, I might as well have a chat to you fellas. And then I did it and I was like, wow, it's actually a really cool thing. Like, I feel like we're in the same room having a chat. It's a lot different to, you know, on the comments, which are kind of like, not personal. It's kind of like, you know, I reply to a comment and you might never see it, or you might see it 10 hours later. So much different. You've been following Ned Brockman, another mad Aussie, reminds me of you in a lot of ways. No, I don't know who he is. I'll look him up. George says, thanks for live stream and the love and attention you show us, trying to answer all of our questions. Have a nice rest of the stream. Like the video for my health. Thank you, George. Really appreciate your support like always, man. See you, man. Whoop. Let's not do that. Not just locking it out, but head forward, rhomboid squeeze. That will force your rotators to work and stretch. Okay, I see what you mean. Head forward, like ollie lifting style. Do you usually lift to music? What genre are you into? No, I never lift with music unless I go to the gym and they have playing whatever they have playing. Usually it's just freaking silence. The birds. That's my music. Nature. Love nature. And these mosquitoes. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish up here, man. I probably should announce these ahead of time, but it's just kind of like spur of the moment type thing. Let's see how I go. Maybe if I recover tomorrow, if I feel good tomorrow, I'll have a proper session. If not, I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow. Sore throat and whatever. Let's see how it progresses. Thank you everyone for jumping on the stream. Really appreciate you guys. Cheers. See you guys. Have a good one.